Hey everyone, SDZ here with a new video, and in this one I'll be going over some fights we had versus Eclipse, Leaf, and Sand. Fights are pretty much in chronological order, and I'll be talking through what I'm thinking through each fight. So yeah, enjoy. So fight 1 starts versus Leaf, and I think it's quite important when you're team fighting just to consider that focus damage is always better than chip damage. We start off with a tool barrage versus Leaf, and essentially just wait out the first EP. Managed to get a good pick on Yajar, who pulls the classic I'm lagging. But, that's one less relief. I break Furious sub here, which makes Rumaki land the perfect Chidori into EP, into Fire Bullet, into second EP, and results in a pretty good bomb. Firewall, just for extra comfort in case they survive that. Sometimes in fights you'll be presented with a target that's directly stunned in front of you, but a lot of times it's actually better to focus on the bigger picture. Look for a better bunch of targets to bomb, especially as an AoE spec. So you can see here this blue-haired guy manages to be EP'd right in front of me, but it's actually more efficient to ignore him and focus on the bigger group. Big Flame Bullet extends the stun and we down 3. Starts of fights can be pretty tricky, especially when everyone has their skills up. It can be quite risky pushing into multiple EPs, so you want to play quite conservatively. Here we end up taking a lot of poke damage from the enemy, and just really waiting for a good opening to really commit to the fight. Don't manage to get it on flow, so me and Sava heal up at the back. We regroup and decide to give it another crack. Luhan very happily presents himself as a perfect target. We managed to get a really good burst on him. This gives us the opening we need. Quick heal into forward push. Managed to interrupt Sora's channel there. I back off here just because I realize my team's behind me, so I'm in danger of staying there too long. Quick heal into Black Rain, into forward push again. Dodging the earth spikes on my way. Quick burst into Big Flame Bullet, secures another 2 kills. Against a lot of players, a lot of times when they're using their high priority skill, they'll be focusing directly on what's in front of them, and this gives you the opportunity to be basically invisible and get a good flank, which you'll be able to see. So we don't manage to break their front line, so we back up and regroup. I see that the enemy actually uses their high priority skills with a double split. This allows me to get a really quick flank, even though I'm not cloaked, and avoid most of their damage, get a good stun and burst. Breaks the enemy front line and we're actually able to push through, get a few downs on the way too. Managed to get the blue heal off on Vibe because they're not focusing me. Cloak pushes are a really good way when you have a stalemate of front lines going on. So over here, managed to curse seal, do a quick cloak, and see what's up in the enemy backline. Take my time here on the targets because I know I have a lot of stealth. I'm just waiting on a good target to present itself. Sora very happily starts Challenge Story, which allows me to get the full burst into bomb. Another Chidori Erupt, into charge, into forward push. Fight very happily dodges my heal here. But it's okay, the fight's pretty much over at this point anyway. Put this clip in here just to show that occasionally I do miss everything as well. But more so just to show that when you're playing the tank class with only a few damaging skills, a lot of times it is actually very important to actually back up and heal your high DPS allies. This gives them the freedom to re-engage, and you actually end up doing more damage. So we do a full heal regroup here, get Ori back to full and Black Rain back up too. So I notice I actually leave Memski here because I see Ori low HP. I know it's more important for Ori to stay alive rather than for us to finish Memski. Pick up boost target on Natalie here, help get the stun off and just help secure that kill. And again, just looking for low HP allies because one alive ally is more valuable than one dead enemy. With any team fight, you want to constantly be looking for good angles that minimize damage to yourself and maximize your ability to burst safely. That's what we're doing here. So we actually try and cloak that bottom corridor, but realize it's a bit too populated to actually push. So we end up backing up and looking for another target elsewhere, which Zell very gracefully presents himself as. Keep my attention focused on the main corridor though. Managed to get a good sub break into stun, into an EP chain, into a firewall. Put static on the back foot, and I chase him down. Actually managing to interrupt his Chidori here and leaving that target for Black Rain. Switching my focus onto the top side where Furia is low, as well as another Leafy. Help my allies clean up. I actually get a target bug here, so I have to click manually, but it doesn't matter, the fight's pretty much over anyway. Often a good time to actually bomb the enemy is during their bomb. As you can see in this clip, we actually managed to get a pretty good counter bomb off because they recklessly go in, letting us catch a lot of players. So the enemy actually manages to land the EP here, which I just follow up with all of my burst skills directly in front of me. Into stun, into second stun, into profit. Oftentimes in fights, it's actually more efficient for you to actually back up and go do something else, because too many people, one guy is just silly. So we get a really good opening on Sakatsu here, but then I pretty much go into interrupt duty using Vortex and Fan Auto on Lating. Manage to get good interrupt, but back off here, give Viper heal, and aim for a push. Get my curse seal off and plan to cloak in, see what I can get in the back line. Managed to finish Lating here. Don't manage to finish the other low HP target, but that's okay. Leave that for my team because I know it's fine. Go back and support Fox here, but realize Avalon's actually there, so I back up. Give Vipe the heal, and finish this high HP target up here. Just knowing when to actually let your teammates take care of something and not wasting too many resources in one place. It's really important. Same with this clip. Just knowing when you're not needed somewhere and backing off and being useful elsewhere can really make the difference between keeping one of your teammates alive or not. Managed to get the curse seal into burst here on their team, which is really good. Into firewall, into profit. Push deep into their enemy, managed to get an interrupt off on Lucky Blindo and chase Bloodkin, but I managed to botch all my skills and realize, ooh, and Ori can finish that. So I push back actually to help my teammates behind. See Fox is low HP, so try and support him as well. Final clip is our fight against Sand in the War Event final. Just starts off with us tool barraging because neither side really wants to push in. Versus Sand, we play really cautiously just because they have a lot of earth users and that initial EP spike is really scary. Just focus on playing evasively, baiting out some EPs, and really just avoiding that big damage. Get a quick heal off on Black Ring just to keep him healthy. So Ainz and Ori actually end up getting caught, which puts us 2 down, but luckily the boys finish off one to the sand as well. Do a pretty good job at evading Sand's catches and decide that it would be a good time to push. Managed to catch Bolin here on a really good burst, puts him on the back foot. I actually get a good counter EP off as well, so we can heal into damage, into stun. End up dropping 1 sand. Bolin actually gets a really nice sneak EP here, especially considering how low he was. But we managed to chase him down and finish him. We get EP'd here, but it's fine. We're under no threat, so we're able to just sit there and charge. Spot Wu on the sideline and actually managed to get a really nice burst off him and put him on the back foot. Realize it's futile chasing him and go off to help my team, who actually managed to finish him anyway. Pop Freeze's sub and look for good opportunities to heal and support my teammates, who end up dodging my heal, but that's okay. Get a really nice burst, and this pretty much seals the deal of the fight. Further interrupt really nicely by Lethal, into stun, into chase down. And yeah, at this point the fight's pretty much over. That brings an end to the video. If you have any questions or comments, you can always DM me, and hope you enjoyed. Peace.